What's going on, guys? This is Derek Ledwidge, and today's video I'm going to end up going over plateaus. And the main reason is simply because it is week 3, right? Week 3 is usually the time when people fall off any type of plan that they are on, right? And so usually in week 3, there are 2 different bouts going on, right? Either A, we were getting great results, and now all of a sudden week 3 happens and we stall, or we fall off the plan, whatever it is, but we are getting great results here. Or we're in here where no matter what we are doing, we are not getting results. And so I'm going to start talking about both of these. Either way, usually week 3 is when people give up, right? 2 different versions, 2 different reasons, okay? But both people usually do that. And the main reason why we'll end up going over as well, right? But we're going to go over those 2 different bouts. Maybe you fall yourself, you see yourself in either of them. Okay, I'm going to give whys on why this occurs on both of them, and also the reason why you end up falling into those categories. Okay, so that is what this video is all about, and I'll also give a little bit of tips on how to counteract those. Usually is a game changer for most people, because most people, when they watch this video or me talking about these topics, it's usually an aha moment. It's usually a, oh my God, you're talking about me moment. And that's why this video is coming out right now on how we talk about this type of training. If you were on the Zoom call last night, we're going to end up going some of the different, or some of the same things, some of them different, that I sort of thought of after the call, but also at the end of this, I'm going to end up giving you guys a little bit of a bonus so make sure that you are watching all the way through. If you just want to know what that is, then by all means, skip away to the end. It's completely up to you, but get a notepad on, get any type of comment as you're watching this video. Feel free to write down any type of comments or interact or anything like that, and I can help you out any type of way. So why does week 3 happen this way? And it's usually simply because motivation is now down. Most people can make it through week 1, week 2, and motivation is super high. We're ready to go. We're working out. We're trying this new plan. We're getting great results. One of those things. We're really, really motivated of finally getting the results that we want. And week 3, what usually ends up happening is either A, we're just not getting the results that we want to get. Maybe we're getting them a little bit slower than we expected, okay? But usually what ends up happening is around week 3, life happens, right? Usually it's quote unquote, you fall off plan. Maybe you went out to dinner with friends. Maybe you went to a concert, right? Whatever the reason is, now all of a sudden we start thinking negative. This usually happens around week 3. Either A, weight loss plateaus, B, we go up weight because of one of those things that happens, or C, no matter what we're doing, we're losing weight, but we're losing weight really, really slowly, right? Maybe even eating at like 1,200 calories, whatever it might be, all right? That usually happens around week 3, all right? The first thing I'm going to end up talking about are the ones that got results initially, right? Usually this is simply because we were really, really strict, right? We were getting great results. And the first little bit depends on your diet history. First little bit usually turns into water weight lost, right? So it's not necessarily fat, right? If we were not eating a whole lot of protein, we're just eating 1,000 calories because that's what I think I should do, and we're not eating enough protein. Maybe we're not strength training or anything like that. Most of you guys are, because you're at Strive Fitness. But initially, you lose a lot of water weight, and then all of a sudden, it seems like it stops, right? And it sort of plateaus. This is the hard shit to lose. Fat is the hard stuff to lose. It's not about weight loss. It's about fat loss. Fat loss is inches. So we want to keep the muscle, lose the fat. And so this usually happens again. Initially, it really depends on the individual. A lot of times this happens on week 3. And so most people's reaction is either A, to just try to keep on going, try to drop more calories, whatever it might be. Or maybe they say screw it because they're no longer losing anymore and they stop being consistent, whatever it might be. Or they did all this anyway, and now they were really, really, really strict, like 1,000 calories, and it's just not sustainable. So now all of a sudden they went off plan and they gained initial weight and they can't sustain that 1,000 calories, right? Either way, what ends up happening is people stop, right? And that's usually what ends up happening. For all of those different reasons, it usually happens around week 3, right? So all of the chips are going against you around week 3. That's why we talk about how the first little phase of everyone's type of nutrition is priming, right? For these people, the priming phase means I am getting used to dieting, right? I'm able to handle some of these different things, right? I'm getting all of these tools in the toolbox to continue to lose weight, right? This is the priming phase. Most of the people that are in week 1 or week 2 are not in the diet phase yet. They might be losing weight, but they're not in the diet phase. The diet phase continues, right? Where you start hitting your stride on everything, right? That is the diet phase, okay? That is the producing phase. The priming phase is usually, honestly, first 3 weeks to 4 weeks, possibly even 6, right? It is the first part. It is very messy, right? We're losing weight. We're not losing weight. We're going back and forth, right? That is a crucial time. Most people do not make it past week 3, right? For all of those different reasons. So if you are that person, all it is get right back onto it. One event doesn't mean anything. One event doesn't define you, right? Most people that quote unquote fall off, they really fall off if they let that one event determine what's going on. Instead, get right back onto it. If you went out to a concert, drank a whole bunch, or maybe you went off plan, ate a little bit more higher sodium, whatever it might be on the weekend, get back onto it. And by Wednesday, your weight will be down, right? As long as we're consistent. If you don't, it won't come back down, right? That's usually how it ends up happening. It's how we do with refeed days or diet breaks. Give it a couple of days and it'll come back down, right? That's what always ends up happening for the people that get back onto it. All right. So if you are that person, get right back to it and continue. All right. That's all it is, because the diet phase does not end with 30 days, 21 days, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. A good diet phase, a good producing phase is usually 12 to 16 weeks. All right. So that is one side. The other side is going to be the person that, you know what, no matter what I can do, no matter what I do, I can't lose weight. Right. I'm trying everything and it just doesn't really happen. Right. And so this sort of goes along on the side of 2 different type of people. Either A, you're just not consistent and you think you are, right? That's usually the first thing that happens. If you're not getting results, you might not just be consistent, right? Really go back to it. Are you actually doing the right things in the nutrition plan? Are you planning? Are you having the right portions? Or are you just doing random shit? Right? Random shit doesn't equal success. We want to actually have control over what we are doing. Okay. Planning is general, right? It's not specific. Right? We are still going to plan that might look different for each person. All right. So what ends up happening if you are not that? Maybe you are consistent. Well, what happens for both individuals? And this is why plateaus happen as well. Your metabolism is adaptive. It will adapt to what you are doing, right? If you continue to eat 1,000 calories, will you lose weight? Absolutely. Most people do not, right? They try to, but they do not. If you did, you'd be really, really skinny. You'd be like looking at your bones and stuff like that, right? But it does not really happen that way, right? We fall off, we binge, we restrict and binge. That's usually what ends up happening if we're trying to do that. So we actually want to be at the higher calories. And the reason why is if I'm right here eating, let's say 3,000 calories, right? And I eat like 1,000, right? Which is way down here. What ends up happening is my body wants to come back here. So it is going to shrink this gap, right? The first reaction is not fat loss, right? Because I'm going to hold on to fat loss until I know it's safe to lose that weight. Your body doesn't care about what you look like, right? It cares about survival. That's all it is. And so what's going to end up happening is at first you're going to have cravings, right? You're going to be really hungry, stuff like that. Why is your body doing that? Well, simply it wants to get back up here. So if I'm not giving it what it is normally eating, 3,000 calories, 5,000 calories, whatever it might be, well, shit, I want to get back up here. So now I am now hungry, right? This messes up your hunger levels, right? So the longer you diet, the more messed up your hunger levels go, as well as your I'm full hormones, right? So now, as soon as you start eating again, right, now all of a sudden we start binging, right? Because we don't think that we're full anymore, right? So it's all of that is designed to get you back here, right? And then overshoot it. This is why many people that diet gain the weight back plus some, because now it's, ooh, I don't want to return that again. So I'm just going to keep on eating, right? And that's usually what ends up happening. So let's say we finish through this. Well, now what's going to end up happening is, well, yeah, we will lose weight, right? We're going to shorten that gap, right? But because of that, my metabolism adapts. Now all of a sudden I am at lower calories. Let's say we like prolong this and got results, right? This is where the chronic dieters come in. And now I am metabolically adapted. It takes less calories to sustain life, right? Because my body slows down. Even if I am working out like crazy, now all of a sudden we're just not efficient in the workout. You're working, but your body is not really optimum on what's going on. And these are the people that are constantly, just like trying to eat like 1,400 calories and not losing weight, right? Because they have been living at those calories or 1,500 or again, something close to those. Even if you binge, right, you still come back to that 1,500 calories, right? Because you're a chronic dieter, right? These are the people that lost a whole bunch of weight and they stay there. They didn't gain it back because they stayed at those calories. Your metabolism is now adapted. It is slower. It adapts to whatever you give it. If I go up calories, my body's going to adapt to those calories, right? But what ends up happening is the reason why people gain weight back is now because I'm adapted here. Again, it depends on how long you diet. Well, now the moment I come back here, it's now you're in a surplus and you gain all of the weight back, right? And so that's why people sort of stay in there. These are the metabolically adapted people. Generally, these are the people that have dieted like so incredibly long. These are usually women, right? These people end up having, their constant stress. Their body is not recovering, right? When your body doesn't recover, dieting is a stress. Working out is a stress. Stress is a stress, right? Family stress, whatever it might be, work stress. If your body is too stressed, it will not give you the result that you want. The body needs to recover, right? And so that's why you want to eat at the higher calories possible, because if the body's happy, it will lose weight, right? The people that try to eat 1,000 calories, initially it might work, but at some point it's going to stop because the body does not want that, right? It says, why? What are you doing to me? I'm stopping everything, right? And so that's what ends up happening. Instead, we want to eat at higher calories and then slowly come down as the body plateaus. If you try to do this, the body's going to plateau super freaking fast. And then now all of a sudden, what are you going to do? You can't change anything else. Your body is now just overstressed. And now you become metabolically adapted. And now you can't lose weight, even if you dip below like 1,000 calories or something like that, because you need a deficit in order to do that. Would you be able to lose weight? Yes, but it would take forever. And it's super hard to maintain that. Again, sustaining it is the key thing. Right? If you are one of those people, and this sort of goes along the same lines as someone that is plateaued anyway. Basically, what you want to do, if you are new to the game and you just plateaued, you would include a little bit of a refeed day, going off plan, or someone's cheat day, right? You're going to go up and recharge for like a day or two. This is also for mental stability. And then you come back down, right? This is why so many times when people are always strict straight through and they sort of plateau, giving them a little bit more carbs or a little bit more food in general, and then now all of a sudden they start coming back down again. This is the main reason, right? Recharges your body and you're able to sustain it long term. Metabolically adapted people are the ones that, again, you're going to have to do it first. These guys' priming phase is actually to reverse diet in order to lose weight, right? So their priming phase is going to be a lot longer than someone that has never really dieted before, right? Because they have a really, really strong diet history. And now you need to reverse diet, bring calories up, and earn the right to diet. So now all of a sudden your fat loss phase later on, your producing phase later on is actually going to be well, right? So either way, the biggest thing you don't want to do is do random stuff. We don't randomly work out, okay? We don't randomly do anything with nutrition, right? Both of those are the reasons why people plateau and they stop around week 3. Both of them have similar tactics to sort of happen with that. But the end result is, regardless of what it is, no one stops at 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks is a very, very small sample size with everything, all right? And so the bonus that I want to bring up to you guys, right, is basically a free month of nutrition coaching, right? This would include either right now or afterwards. But basically what ends up happening is we would have a free offer of nutrition coaching. So it sort of tacks on to our ongoing metabolic reset program, right? This is a program that we end up going through. And pretty much what ends up happening is it is initially a 3-month program. What you would get is basically 3 months or 4 months for the price of 3, right? So you technically basically get a free month of nutrition coaching as we start going through this, in addition to this 6-week one. And how we use that is completely up to you. But if you feel that you want a little bit more control, right? Maybe you don't know what's going to end up happening after the diet. You don't want to gate it all back, or you are really feeling that you are metabolically adapted, or you don't want to get that way, or you want to have a little bit more plan that's designed around you, or you are struggling right now. You have not really gotten a whole lot of results, right? For some reason, you just cannot get back on track or anything like that. What I want you to do is between now and this weekend, this Sunday, what I want you to do is message me in Trainerize personally and tell me that you are in, right? That you want to go all in with your nutrition. It doesn't matter which route you take. Everything is individualized, but we would put you into our metabolic reset program going forward, and we would give you a free month of nutrition coaching into that program, right? So this is going to be a first come, first serve basis. We're looking for about 5 people that we can sort of take on with that, because everything is individual. But if you want to do that, if you want to take advantage of that, you have until Sunday to sort of go through that. Even if you just want to touch base on what it actually entails and is it right for you, feel free to message, because I'll straight up tell you that it might not be, or what route we would take, and we would sort of go from there. All right. So if you are interested in that, if you want to get a little bit more help to finally not only lose the weight, but keep it off, message me out through there and we will get you rolling. We will touch base, or I will touch base. I don't know why I keep on saying we, but I will touch base with you and we will sort of go from there. Right. So message me all in before Sunday, and you can take advantage of that free month of nutrition coaching on top of our metabolic reset program that is new and upcoming, and we will sort of take it from there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense of why it's actually happening to many people. And then just let me know if you have any questions. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully this also gets you guys back on track after week 3, since many people end up stopping around.